After a wild night, you wake up naked, fully shaved and covered in peanut butter. You don't remember anything, but a mystery caller offers to show you a video of what happened by posting it online. Do you let them post it? These are the types of questions you'll be contemplating in Predicamental, the adults-only party game of awkward situations and shocking questions for 3 to 12 players. With 284 cards, be prepared to find out way more about your friends and yourself than you ever wanted to. The player who knows their friends best wins. To play the game, shuffle and deal the predicament cards, the ones with the animals on the back. Then give each player a yes or no voting card. If you want, you can also give each player an It Depends voting card for a richer, more revealing game. Starting with the player who has most recently been in the most awkward situation and going clockwise, take turns doing the following. On your turn, you're the instigator. Choose a predicament card from your hand and read the situation aloud to the player of your choice. The player you read your situation to is also called the victim. In this example, I'm the instigator, and it's my turn to select a victim and read them one of my situations. Let's see, I think I like, this one. Now I've selected my card, I read it to the player of my choice, making them the victim for this round. You've had 2 amazing dates with a wonderful person. For a 3rd date, they ask you to meet their friend and do a Florida rum pop, but they won't tell you what it is. Do you go on a 3rd date? Now that I've read my card to my victim, they imagine themselves in the situation and consider the question. As they do this, all other players, including myself, also imagine the victim in the given situation. Then everyone chooses one of their voting cards and plays it face down. Once everyone has played a voting card, everyone simultaneously reveals their cards. For a dramatic reveal, the victim can choose to show their vote after everyone else has revealed theirs. Once all the voting cards are revealed, 3 things happen. 1. The predicament card I read is discarded. 2. All players whose voting card matches the victim's voting card discard 1 predicament card from their hand. Conversely, all players whose voting card does not match the victim's card draw a predicament card, adding it to their hand. 3. If the majority of players played a voting card that matches the victim's voting card, the victim discards 1 predicament card from their hand. If the majority of players played a voting card that does not match the victim's voting card, the victim instead draws 1 predicament card into their hand. If there's a tie, the victim neither draws nor discards a card. In this case, the victim played a yes voting card. 3 other players played yes voting cards, but 5 players, including myself, played the no voting card. Since the majority of voting cards do not match the victim's card, the victim draws 1 predicament card and puts it into their hand. If you choose to play with the It Depends voting card, the victim always discards 1 card from their hand on their turn, regardless of whether the majority of players played the same voting card or not. Additionally, if the victim plays their It Depends voting card, they must explain to the other players what their answer depends on. For example, if I play this card from my hand, and the victim plays the It Depends voting card, they might explain that they would only do it if the small fortune is over $100,000. And that's all there is to it. Going clockwise, players keep reading obscene situations and asking embarrassing questions until someone discards their last card and wins the game. We've also included 10 blank cards for you to write your own predicaments and give the game your own personal flair. So, are you ready to find out what your friends really think of you? You sure? Well, okay if you insist. But be warned, once Predicamental hits the table, there's no backing down.